In the mid-20th century, Africa stood at a crossroads. For centuries, its lands had been divided, its people exploited, and its wealth drained by colonial powers. But out of this darkness, a new generation of leaders emerged, men and women who dared to dream of an Africa free and united. Among them, one name stood above the rest: Kwame Nkrumah. Born in 1909 in the small town of Nkrumah in the Gold Coast, modern-day Ghana, Nkrumah's journey was anything but ordinary. From humble beginnings, he pursued education with relentless passion, traveling to the United States and later the United Kingdom. It was abroad that he encountered the ideas of Pan-Africanism, socialism, and black liberation, influenced by thinkers like Marcus Garvey and W.E.B. Du Bois. These ideas would ignite a fire in him, a belief that Africa's destiny could only be shaped by Africans themselves. When Nkrumah returned to the Gold Coast in 1947, he quickly rose to prominence as a fierce critic of British rule. He declared boldly, "Seek ye first the political kingdom, and all else shall be added unto you." To him, independence was not just about breaking chains, it was about reclaiming dignity, identity, and control over Africa's future. Through rallies, strikes, and mass mobilization, Nkrumah inspired millions. His party, the Convention People's Party, became a movement of the people, farmers, workers, traders, all united by the dream of freedom. Despite arrests and imprisonment, his influence only grew stronger. From behind prison bars, he won a landmark election. The message was clear: the people had chosen their leader. On March 6, 1957, history was made. The Gold Coast became Ghana, the first sub-Saharan African nation to break free from colonial rule. Standing before a jubilant crowd, Nkrumah proclaimed, "The independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of Africa." But for Nkrumah, Ghana was only the beginning. He envisioned a united Africa, economically independent, politically sovereign, and free from neo-colonial influence. He championed the creation of the Organization of African Unity, laying the foundation for what we now know as the African Union. Yet, his radical vision came at a cost. His socialist policies and calls for African unity unsettled both Western powers and local elites. In 1966, while on a peace mission abroad, Nkrumah's government was overthrown in a coup backed by foreign interests. He lived the rest of his life in exile, never to see his beloved Ghana again. Kwame Nkrumah died in 1972, but his legacy lives on. He remains a towering figure in African history, a man who challenged colonialism head-on, who dared to dream of a continent united, and whose words still echo today in the struggles for justice and freedom. Kwame Nkrumah was not just the father of Ghanaian independence. He was the architect of Pan-Africanism, a leader who reminded the world that Africa's destiny must be written by Africans. Because in the end, his fight was not just for one nation, but for an entire continent's freedom. Stories like this remind us of the strength of Africa's past. If you believe the world should hear more, join us on Africo Multimedia, where culture lives and legends never die. This has been Africo Multimedia, telling the untold stories of Africa's culture, history, and beauty. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more African stories.